DynamoDB is a key value store NoSQL databases. It can also be thought of a document-oriented database or document-based database. DynamoDB is fully managed NoSQL database from AWS. Database administration overhead is not there at all, so no DBA is required. As I said, no administration is required. Scaling can be done at individual table level. This is an excellent feature. Nowhere in the database world you can find this wherein scaling can be done at individual table level. I mean, you can do scaling at database level, but not at table level. DynamoDB automatically spreads the data and traffic for tables over a sufficient number of servers to handle throughput and storage requirement. That means if your data grows, then DynamoDB would add storage automatically. If your data shrinks, DynamoDB would remove storage automatically. This is done to handle the throughput requirement and storage requirement. Data is stored on high performance SSDs and replicated across multiple AZs in a region. This is a no-brainer and it is similar to S3 and EFS wherein data are replicated across multiple data centers. The data replication is of course to provide high availability solution without you having to do anything. This is a region or VPC and multiple AZs. This is the DynamoDB table in one of the data centers, which is replicated across multiple data centers. What are the different components of a table? Table where data are stored, then items which are similar to rows in RDBMS, or you can think of a row in an Excel sheet also, that is also a row. But in DynamoDB, rows are called as items. Columns are called attributes. So columns are there in relational database, it's there in Excel sheet also. So each column would be called an attribute. This is how data is represented in tables. We have already discussed JSON. JSON is used to represent data only. As data representation is done in JSON in DynamoDB, that's why you can think of it as document based also. This is one item in the table and this is another item which has embedded document in it. Let's say it in a simpler way. This is our table, these are items and these are attributes. See, all items has different number of attributes. This is called dynamic schema. You do not need to predefine the structure of a table and you can change the schema while you are executing your program that is on the run. DynamoDB stores data in multiple partitions. Which data should go to which partition, that is decided by primary key. Like in S3, object key dictates which partition an object should be stored in. Primary key does the same in DynamoDB. Primary key has to be mentioned while creating a table and it has to be unique for each item. This is needed to store data in partitions. Primary key again has two components. Partition key or hash attribute is the first component. This key is actually used to store data in partitions. Partition key has to be unique if sort key is not defined. Sort key or range attribute is the second component. It is useful when partition key is not unique. Items with same partition keys are always stored in the same partition. Sort key is used to sort data on the same partition. Sort key is not mandatory though. If you choose to have only partition key for your table, that is fine, as long as partition key is unique for all items in the table. If it's not, then you have to add sort key to create a composite key which is unique. If you just define partition key for a table, the partition key becomes the primary key. This is our DynamoDB table. Suppose we want to store these two items. PK is the primary key which has two values 11 and 22 for two items. These are partitions created and managed by DynamoDB. Remember, we cannot see this partition. We are trying to insert this item with primary key 11. DynamoDB uses a hash function. This primary key value would be fed to the hash function. Hash function would generate the partition number based on the key and then stores this item to that partition. Secondary indexes are additional indexes apart from primary keys. What is a database if it does not support indexes? DynamoDB is no exception. Additional to primary keys, secondary indexes can be used for faster query performance. If you are not using your primary keys in your queries, then secondary keys can be used to provide better performance, if not the best. Indexes also contain partition key and sort key. This is my DynamoDB table and items. It has a partition key and sort key. Both make up the primary key. Data is stored on partitions based on this key. There are two types of indexes: global secondary indexes or GSI. Partition key and sort key for global secondary indexes are different than that of the base table. If you see, base table has green and light red attributes as primary key, but GSI has orange and purple attributes as its primary key. You can think of GSI as a subset of the main table stored separately. In fact, GSIs have their own partitions and storage. Then we have local secondary indexes or LSIs. For local secondary indexes, partition key is same as that of the base table, but sort key can be different. So LSIs do not actually get their own partitions, they are stored along with the base table. If you see, the partition key is same as the green attribute of the base table. We can create a maximum of 5 global and local secondary indexes per table, and also if you want to add LSIs, they have to be added during the table creation only. Local secondary indexes cannot be added once the table is created. GSIs can be added though. Whenever the base table is updated, the items corresponding indexes are updated automatically. While creating an index, attributes which are to be copied should be mentioned. If nothing is mentioned, DynamoDB will copy only the key attributes of the base table. This means that indexes can contain additional attributes from the base table, apart from the index keys, or else the index would be created only with the index keys and the base table keys. This is how index entry would look like for GSI. If additional table attributes are not mentioned, these are the partition and sort keys of GSI. These are the primary keys attributes of the base table. For LSI, the index entry would have primary key of the base table and additional sort key for the index itself, if no additional attributes from base table are included. I have already told this, GSIs are actually different tables with its own partitions. LSIs can also be thought of as separate logical table. DynamoDB provides APIs to work with the tables and indexes, and more often than not, developers will use these APIs from their programs. APIs are provided by AWS, so you'll have to use DynamoDB APIs for all the operations which you want to perform there. Create table is to create a new table. Describe table is to return information about all the tables which are there in DynamoDB in your account. List tables is to return the list of all the tables which are present in your account. We have update table which modifies the settings of a table or its indexes. Delete table removes table and its dependent objects. Put item is used to write a single item. When you are using put item, we'll have to mention the primary key. Batch write item writes up to 25 items to a table. Get item retrieves a single item and you have to mention primary key. Batch get item retrieves up to 100 items from a table. Then you have query. It retrieves items which have a specific partition key. Then scan actually retrieves all items in the specified table or index. Update item modifies one or more attributes of a single item when primary key is provided. Delete item deletes a single item. You have to mention the primary key. So these are all the DynamoDB APIs available. As I said, you'll never use it as a solutions architect or as an AWS SysOps administrator. These APIs are typically used by application developers.